Bernie Sanders is the winner in Nevada. Reaction from the Silver State's caucuses. And how Janesville is joining in on a day of national celebration to help grow the sport of hockey. Plus, we're just weeks away from a decision on the F-35s. Hear from those still against the fighter jets coming to Madison.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 10.
We have now won the Nevada caucus.
In the race for the Democratic presidential nomination, Senator Bernie Sanders has fortified his position as the front runner. Several major media outlets, including CBS News, are projecting that the Vermont senator will win today's Nevada caucuses. Michael George reports from New York.
Bernie Sanders celebrated his big win Saturday with supporters in Texas.
In Nevada, we have just put together a multi-generational, multi-racial coalition, which is going to not only win in Nevada, it's going to sweep this country.
CBS News projects Sanders is the winner of the Democratic Nevada caucuses. Former Vice President Joe Biden and former South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg are likely to come in second and third.
We're alive and we're coming back.
Biden greeted his supporters in Las Vegas Saturday night, more than pleased with his performance in Nevada.
I think we're in a position now to move on in a way that we haven't been until this moment.
Buttigieg congratulated Sanders, but pressed the point that he isn't the person who can beat President Trump.
Before we rush to nominate Senator Sanders in our one shot to take on this president, let us take a sober look at what is at stake for our party, for our values, and for those with the most to lose.
Senator Amy Klobuchar returned to her home state of Minnesota, also not ready to concede anything.
As usual, I think we have exceeded expectations.
The next primary will be next Saturday in South Carolina, followed by the Super Tuesday on March 3rd, with more than a third of the pledged delegates needed for the Democratic presidential nomination on the line. Michael George, CBS News.
Right now, CBS News projects Sanders will win 46% of the state's delegates. Joe Biden currently sits in second with 24%. Pete Buttigieg is in a distant third with 14%. Elizabeth Warren and Tom Steyer round out the top five. Such a beautiful day outside today. Let's turn it over to Dana Fulton with your first warned forecast.
We officially hit 40 degrees this afternoon. It turned out to be really nice temperature-wise, and even during the afternoon and evening, we had some cloud coverage building in that led to a nice sunset. So here's a quick look at our time-lapse from our WIC TV Skycam. A lot of really nice color from that sunset, and now we're looking at things tonight being pretty calm and quiet. Temperatures landing at about 30 degrees for our overnight lows, and then for tomorrow afternoon, really similar forecast to today. Right now we have alert days in the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday, though. That's going to be our next opportunity for snow, and it's likely going to bring some travel conditions, some messy travel conditions for us for Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll take a closer look at that snow chance in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. On the 40th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice, when the U.S. men's hockey team beat the Soviet Union in the medal round of the 1980 Olympics, communities around the country are coming together to play hockey for free. Rock County reporter Adam Dexter explains how Janesville is trying to use this opportunity to make a change. Adam?
Amanda, more than 100 kids between the ages of 3 and 13 took to the ice today for the first time in a very fittingly titled event called Try Hockey for Free. But for a community trying to grow the game, they're hoping that today's event will help that growth continue.
Nice one. Oh, that's perfect. Can you go like this?
Today, coaches like Will Springer taking to the ice to help guide the skates and the hearts of first-time hockey players.
Well, really, it's a way to get kids involved in hockey at a very low cost of free. And it's a way to have them kind of sort of test out the game without committing to paying registration fees or to a season.
The crowded ice, a reflection of a community eager to learn.
Janesville is really becoming a hotbed for hockey, especially in the southern portion of the state.
And for the last decade, an NAHL team working to grow that passion.
This city has always given back to the Jets. It's a very community-focused city.
to the point where ice time can be hard to come by for kids trying to learn.
What we see sometimes is 8 and 9-year-olds getting off the ice at 9:30 p.m. And so if you go home and you have to eat before or after that and do your homework before or after that and then get up at 6 to get up at 5:30, 6 to get on the bus, it's tough.
Making today's event an opportunity to grow the game in a city that's ready for that growth to happen.
Nice job.
And as you mentioned, today, the 40th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice. And Coach Springer said, well, that event brought the whole country together. He's hoping that today's event will bring the community of Janesville together.
All right. Thank you so much, Adam. More local news now. The Air Force will soon decide if Truax Field is the best place to house the F-35 jets. They would replace the F-16 jets that are currently in Madison. With the decision narrowed down to 2 cities, Madison and Montgomery, Alabama, the message from those opposed is escalating because of environmental and financial reasons. Some say they don't want the Air Force to choose Madison. Now one group is saying they don't want the jets to be put anywhere.
Doesn't make us feel safer to have these planes overhead. It doesn't make us feel safer to have our children growing up sick. It doesn't make us feel safer to pollute our neighborhood and our water. It doesn't make us feel safer to have them here.
Earlier this week, the Air Force released their final environmental impact study. We have those key findings on our website, channel3000.com. We're hearing tonight for the first time from the woman who called 911 during a triple homicide in Milwaukee amid questions over police response time. Cherie Lee made the call on February 8th around 2 in the morning, but no one came by until hours later.
So the operator answered. I told her what was going on. I think there's some lady next door getting the hell beat out of her. Telling you that she's getting assaulted, dragged back into the apartment building. That should have been a red flag. We're going to go check on it. But nobody came until the next day.
When police arrived around 8 hours later, it was too late. Amara Banks and her 2 daughters, Zanaya Ivory and Kamaria Banks, were found dead last Sunday in a garage. Today, loved ones paid their final respects to the 3 at a funeral. The suspect, Arzell Ivory, was tracked down in Tennessee after the deaths. He made a first court appearance yesterday and faces 3 first-degree intentional homicide charges. Summerfest is inviting pop singer Lizzo to return after an incident at last summer's music festival in Milwaukee. Last June, Lizzo performed at Summerfest, but tweeted afterward that a security guard attacked and used hurtful language toward her stylist while he was trying to get video of her performance. Summerfest said it would conduct a thorough investigation. Today, Summerfest released a statement saying it finished its independent investigation and wrote in part, the results have been provided to artist management. Summerfest looks forward to welcoming Lizzo back to the festival in the future. As of now, Lizzo is not scheduled to perform at this summer's festival. 3 people are dead and 18 are injured after a bus rolled over in Southern California today. Officials responded to Fallbrook around 10:30 this morning. The charter bus was seen overturned on an embankment on the interstate. A total of 21 people were initially reported injured in the rollover, but 3 were confirmed dead at the scene.
Thankfully, heavy rescue systems, ropes and those types of things were not required in order to extricate the victims. Thankfully, all the victims were removed from the scene within 30 minutes of arrival.
Authorities say the bus driver, who has minor injuries, swerved and lost control, but they don't have a cause for the crash right now. A missing California couple was found alive this morning after more than a week in a wooded area. They got lost during a Valentine's Day hike. Carol Kaparsky and her husband, Ian Irwin, were located around 11 o'clock. Authorities say they extricated the couple and transported them to a local hospital. No other details were released about the location or their condition.
Speaking with, a search manager that we have that's been doing this for 40 years and was also involved in the fire service, and also speaking with the family, this is a miracle.
Officials say the reason the couple is still alive is because they were drinking from a puddle that they found. Police are searching for a missing 1-year-old in Tennessee. Her mother says she knows who has her daughter, but has no idea where she is. 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell was reported missing last week, but hasn't been seen in 2 months. Investigators are unraveling what led up to the girl's disappearance and why it wasn't reported sooner.
The reason I didn't report it or anything is because I knew the person who had her, and I didn't want them to run away with her. And as soon as they thought anything was going on, they just kind of vanished.
So far, no one has been charged in connection with Evelyn's disappearance. South Korean officials say they've seen a 6-fold jump in coronavirus infections within the past 4 days. The rapid rise in confirmed cases has pushed the total to 346, many of them linked to a church and a hospital in the city of Daegu. There, school has been closed and people have been asked to avoid mass gatherings. The city's population is nearly 2.5 million people. 2 people have died so far. The U.S. State Department is raising a travel advisory for South Korea to level 2. The new alert advises travelers to, quote, exercise increased caution and follow the CDC's guidelines in preventing illness, including avoiding sick people and frequent hand washing. Ahead on News 3 Now at 10, a beautiful day outside in our area today. Why psychologists say it's so important to spend time outside in the winter while you can. Next.
Running out. Get to Nissan now for big President's Day savings on our entire lineup. Save up to $5,000 on select models.
How you sleep sets your entire life in motion. So live your best life by getting your best sleep on a Doctor's Choice mattress. The perfect combination of support and comfort. In fact, I've been recommending it to my patients for over 20 years.
Visit us in-store or online and discover all the benefits of Doctor's Choice, only at Denver Mattress.
Maybe we could build like a thing, you know?
To jump off?
Yeah. No, like to go all the way across. Some kind of beam to join the 2 sides.
You think that would help?
Yes, I do.
Well, he could be okay. Eventually, somebody has a better idea, like honest pricing with no surprise fees, ever. It's a better way to mobile. It's Spectrum Mobile.
Like you, my hands are everything to me. But I was diagnosed with Dupuytren's contracture, and it got to the point where things I took for granted got tougher to do. Thought surgery was my only option. Turns out, I was wrong. So when a hand specialist told me about non-surgical treatments, it was a total game changer. Like you, my hands have a lot more to do. Learn more at faxonhand.com today.
The new iPhone 11 runs on Straight Talk without a contract and a plan that's up to half the cost of big carriers. With the new ultra-wide camera, your shareable moments are ultra-shareable. Because you're on a network that's more than just big talk. The new iPhone 11. Now get the unlimited plan for just $45 a month on America's best 4G LTE networks. Straight Talk Wireless, everything for less.
Shot clock at 5. Time running out, drives the lane.
Time's running out. Get to Nissan now for big President's Day savings on our entire lineup. Save up to $5,000 on select models.
A local sandwich shop is swapping subs for scholarships, and Sunday morning we'll talk about several ones local students can apply for.
And I'm tracking the return of snow for your work week. Get your day started with us on News 3 Now this morning.
Tomorrow on CBS Sunday Morning, a story from the farm fields of Verona. If you live in this area, you know of the always expanding company Epic, but what happens inside is unknown to many.
One of the things that strikes me is that Epic has such a big reach, and it really impacts so many people's lives, and yet so many people have never heard of Epic.
I know. Yes, it's behind the scenes. We've stayed away from the press. We haven't advertised. We haven't put out press releases. And I don't know if that was a good thing to do or not.
The rare interview with the CEO and founder of Epic, Judy Faulkner, and a closer look at what's called their intergalactic headquarters in Verona. You can watch the full story on CBS Sunday Morning. Women of all ages made their way today to the 9th annual Wear Red Day on Madison's South Side to combat heart disease in their community. The event was organized by the Foundation for Black Women's Wellness, a Wisconsin-based nonprofit working to eliminate health disparities impacting Black women and girls. Speakers at this year's event focused primarily on educating attendees on good health habits for preventing heart disease. Today's nice weather also gave people a chance to go outside and drink beer in the middle of winter. The 23rd annual Bachfest celebrated the limited release of the blonde Doppelbock beer. At the event, people were treated to a variety of tap brews and performances by the band 16 Candles. Employees at Capital City Brewery say the outdoor beer festival is something people look forward to every year. The sun also drew people outdoors today in search of a cure for their cabin fever. Photojournalist Brian Troxel takes us to Tenney Park, where families gathered to enjoy the warm weather.
Just a family fun day on the weekend. It's perfect.
Madison's fantastic for a lot of different activities that we have going on even in the winter.
That sun, it'll perk up your attitude when you see it come out, especially with the cold weather in winter. You don't get much of it, so when it does come out, it's a perfect day like today. It's Wisconsin. We're expecting it to be single digits. We saw it was pretty cold here earlier in the week, but now it's 30s, 40s. Feels great. Perfect skating weather. Pass over here, over here.
15 to 30 minutes a day of sunlight can really make a huge improvement. And it does a lot for mental health to just be able to feel that a little bit of a break. Getting out and making plans, those kinds of things actually, as hard as they seem when you are feeling, you know, the winter blues or cabin fever, those are actually part of the remedy.
Everyone wants to come outside and play no matter what age you are, and with this weather, it's perfect.
Bem Lawton says if the weather isn't so nice out, it's important to still find ways to get out of the house, even if it's just a weekend getaway. Well, it looks like we may have a few of those not so nice days coming up this week. Dana, let's get a look at your first warn weather.
Now, tomorrow will still be pretty nice and mild outside. So if you didn't get to all of your outdoor activities today, you're good to go for Sunday. Mild temperatures yet again, partly sunny skies early in the day. And then our next snowstorm starts to move on in. We're looking at a bit of a winter system bringing light snow developing late Monday throughout the day, Tuesday night, and into Wednesday. A prolonged event. We could see those accumulation totals climb quite a bit by the end of Wednesday. Then colder air moves in for Thursday and Friday, so a little bit of a wintry problem here for the week. Snow and then cold coming through. A little bit of a switch also from what we've had so far this weekend and what we will have for tomorrow. A breeze coming from the south overnight, so temperatures stay mild. Our skies become mostly clear by tomorrow morning, and we'll have another day with mild temperatures thanks to that southwest breeze. Now, the wind shifts directions Sunday night into Monday. That's going to help cool us down a little bit for Monday. Monday, we're still expecting the clouds to build on in, temps above average, and we're looking at overall a quiet day for Monday. It's not until Monday night, you can see later in the evening, that the chance for some light snow starts to really build on in. It'll be late in the day on Monday and into early Tuesday morning. So we'll take a little broader look here. Our rain chances stay down into central Illinois, partially into northern Illinois, Indiana. They're looking at the rain. We're looking at more of a snow event. As this starts to creep in for early Tuesday, it stays throughout the day on Tuesday, and it may be bringing some heavier snow at times in the afternoon and evening. That mixed line is going to get close to the very edge of Rock and Greene County, so we'll be keeping a close eye. Some areas south of Madison might pick up a little bit of rain mixing in with that snow, but most of this is going to be a snow event, especially Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, when we'll pick up the most for our accumulation. Throughout the day on Wednesday, we still have snow. It's not going to taper off until later into the evening. Clearly wipes off to the east, and behind it, colder air moves on in. Looking at our temperature chances in that 6 to 10 day outlook, colder air likely along the east coast. We're looking at temperatures pretty close to average, if not just a little colder. That lines up with really what we're expecting heading into March. The Climate Prediction Center keeping some warmer air off to the west. So for Sunday, temperatures will be in the low 40s again. A really pleasant afternoon expected. Cloud coverage building in at night. And for Monday, we have cloudy skies. The snow holds off until later in the day, and snowfall continues throughout the day on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we have our alert days in right now because travel conditions likely going to be very messy outside as the snow continues on. So your commute home on Tuesday will take you longer, and your drive into work on Wednesday is going to take you longer. Not going to be able to get everything cleaned up Tuesday night as the snow is still coming down. It ends later in the day on Wednesday, and then we have a little colder air coming in for Thursday and Friday, but we're looking at dry conditions for the end of the work week and the weekend. Sunshine expected for next Saturday and Sunday. And our next opportunity, I see a little bit of light snow or wintry mix developing for early or mid next week. With the system coming in Tuesday and Wednesday, it seems like some pretty steady, heavy snowfall for us Tuesday night into Wednesday morning.
It's good that, I mean, at least after that, we'll have some time to clean it up. We've kind of had these breaks in between, so that's been really good.
And that's been key. We didn't quite get these breaks last year, so it gives us more of a chance, like you said, to make sure sidewalks and roads really get cleaned up before the next round.
Definitely. All right. Thank you so much, Dana. The Badgers doing something on the ice that they haven't done since October. Highlights from the Kohl Center. Next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's time to get a whole new perspective on Ram trucks. Because to us, there are no small jobs, no little tasks. And when it comes to innovation, there are no modest ideas. No wonder why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. See for yourself now during Ram President's Day event.
Competitive pickup owners get an average $15,000 in total values on the 2020 Ram 1500. Or well-qualified returning FCA lessees can lease the 2020 Ram 1500 for $279 a month.
It's perfect. Thank you for choosing our home. Here's a list of our favorite spots to help you live like a local. And here is our Spectrum Wi-Fi password and a channel guide to help you settle in.
Did you say Spectrum?
Experience the fastest starting speeds for the price with Spectrum Internet. At 200 megabits per second, you'll enjoy faster surfing, streaming, and gaming. Switch to Spectrum Internet for $44.99 a month. Call 833-902-4499. Then lose yourself in the best in entertainment with more HD and more free on demand. With thousands of free titles to choose from and the best in live TV, there's always something on. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Plus, download the Spectrum TV app for more ways to watch. Call 833-902-4499.
It happened again. You guys were supposed to leave yesterday.
Is that my robe?
Is it?
Lose yourself in the best internet and TV with Spectrum. Switch now from $44.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-902-4499.
Attention. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services has officially authorized new benefits that Medicare Advantage plans may include. To get the benefits you deserve, you can call the Medicare Coverage Helpline.
Hi, I'm Joe Namath. If you're on Medicare, this is important information. I called the Medicare Coverage Helpline and they instantly looked up my coverage. In this one simple call, they offered to enroll me in a plan that includes rides to medical appointments, private home aides, doctors and nurses' visits by telephone, and even home-delivered meals. The plan also includes dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage, all at no additional cost.
Don't delay. Call to see if the new benefits are available in your area.
Call the number on your screen now. It's free.
Call 1-800-662-3800. That's 1-800-662-3800 now.
Auto Show concept cars are great, especially when affordability is part of the concept. Announcing Auto Show savings time at your local Ford dealer. Now get great deals on Explorer, Escape, Fusion, F-150, and more. Every Ford is proudly built with tomorrow's technology today, all with huge savings. Now that's a great concept.
During Auto Show savings time, choose Explorer with FlexBuy and get 0 for 66 financing plus $4,500 when you finance through Ford Credit.
The Wisconsin men's hockey team looking for its first series sweep since October. They were off to a solid start this weekend, beating 9th-ranked Arizona State last night. And tonight, no different from last night when it comes to the number of goals. Cole Caulfield lights the lamp for his 19th of the season, 2-0 Badgers at the end of the first period. In the second, Alex Turcotte to Roman Ashawn, his 4th goal in this series. He had a hat trick last night, 4-0 Badgers. And not done yet in the second. Badgers on the power play. Check out this shot from Max Zimmer. top shelf goal there, and Wisconsin wins 6-2 the final for the series sweep. The men's basketball team with a noon tip-off at the Kohl Center tomorrow, hosting Rutgers. Now, Wisconsin is tied for 4th place in the Big Ten with Illinois. They both have a 9-6 record in conference play, and while Rutgers is right behind them with a 9-7 record. Senior day for the women's team today. Kendra Van Leeuwen among the 4 seniors on the team. First half, Abby Leszewski with a layup, tie game at 10, and Leszewski with a team high 14 points. In the second quarter, Leszewski out to Van Leeuwen for 3, 10 points for her in this game, and then later Suzanne Gilreath finding Imani Lewis for the jumper. Lewis with a double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds, but Wisconsin struggling down the stretch, losing its 6th straight game, 82-66. They wrap up their season on Rutgers on Thursday. Bucks on their way to making history. They could clinch a playoff spot with 2 more wins, and that starts tonight against the Sixers. First half here, Ben Simmons driving, fouled on the play. A little iffy there on the landing, so he headed into the locker room and did not return. On the other side, though, Giannis pushing up the floor. Euro step to lay it in nicely. Bucks up by double digits early, and another big night for the Greek Freak. The slam here, game high 31 points and 17 rebounds. Bucks win big again, 119-98, the final. High school swimming now, Edgewood defending its state title at the WIA Boys State Swimming and Diving Championships last night in Division II, and tonight the Division I boys hitting the pool. It was close at the start of the day, but the Middleton Cardinals winning their first ever state title in boys swimming and diving. Sun Prairie finishes 3rd, West in 4th place, and the Verona area Mount Horeb team in 8th. Well, 8 members of the St. Croix Falls High School wrestling team taking to the mats today with heavy hearts. 2 of their teammates were killed yesterday morning in a car accident on their way to a workout. Coach Joe Rager says the rest of the Saints made it to today's sectional in Edgar, and other teams from around the state offering their condolences to the team before the matches in what can only be described as a heartbreaking situation for everyone involved.
We had both families reach out and tell us they wanted the boys to wrestle hard, and they're supporting them from home, and that's pretty powerful. The big thing we preach is family, and this is a horrible thing, but it reminds us of the family piece.
To some other highlights now, Division III sectional wrestling at Westby. Top 3 place winners head to state next weekend. At 113 pounds, Lancaster's Remington Bontrager with the back points. He gets a technical fall. 226, Pecatonica Argyle's Noah Cranbull with the double chicken wing for the pin. And then later, Fenimore's Alex Birchman at 132 pounds. He gets the takedown and the 7-1 decision. And another Fenimore wrestler coming up at 145. Here's Mason Lowe with the reversal and the win. And finally, last but not least, Mineral Point's Nolan Springer at 160. He'll get the 2nd period fall. Individual state next weekend at the Kohl Center. Team state following in 2 weeks at the Fieldhouse. Well, Brewers spring training home opener against the Rangers was canceled today because of some wet weather in Arizona. So the team, they'll have to wait until tomorrow. The Brewers will host the Padres at 2 p.m. Finally tonight, Marquette's own Dwayne Wade with some big honors in Miami tonight. His number 3 jersey retired by the Heat during halftime of their game against the Cavaliers. But before that, in the first half, you got to pay attention when you sit courtside. His wife, Gabrielle Union, got hit by a loose ball from Andre Iguodala. Spilled a little bit on D-Wade there. But check out the replay here. Whew! Gabrielle's got fast hands there to avoid that. Some good reflexes, too. You got to save the drink. She always saves the drink.
Well, she almost spilled it on her husband. But I'm sure she sits courtside a lot. She's got to be ready for that.
She's used to it, yeah.
Got to be ready. Yeah. We'll be right back.